Hi everyone, I'm Kelsie and welcome back to my channel, Connecting with Spirits. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about some dark energy tactics. So these are tactics that dark energies, entities, malevolent beings use in order to distract you, to take you off your path, to prevent you from doing the good work, the light work that you're here to do. And when I'm talking about dark energies, dark entities, malevolent forces, really, in this case, I'm talking about them in spirit. So they're not physical, they don't have a physical body. They are in the spirit realms, the astral realms, which some people can see. For the most part, I can't. But yeah, that's what I mean when I'm talking about dark energies in the non-physical with malevolent intentions. So, what are some of these tactics that these energies and entities use? You might be wondering. So the first one, and I've talked about it a lot, I have a few other videos which I will link in the description box below, is psychic attack. This is like an energy attack. It's basically an energy assault. So it can feel like you've been physically attacked, but obviously you haven't been physically attacked, because it happens a lot of the time when there's no one else around, and you can feel that way. You can feel as if you have been physically attacked, but it is an energetic assault. It can feel like nails have been scraped through your auric field. It can be very debilitating. It can be very traumatizing as well, and can put you in such a state where it's a fight or flight response, and you can absolutely lose the head of yourself and not realize what's happening. And it might take you a while to get back into center, to connect in with yourself and figure out what's going on. Also, during these types of attacks, you mightn't be able to hear your spirit guides or connect in with your internal guidance system or your heart like you normally would, and that is intentional. So you get completely flustered and don't know what is happening, and you might be super scared and confused. You might stay in this sort of, feelings state for a long time if you don't know what's happening. So as I said, I do have more videos on this topic, so I'm not going to go into too much detail in relation to psychic attack, because I have covered this in other videos, which I will link down in the description box below. The other thing to say is another tactic that dark energies can sometimes use is emotional manipulation, projection, this sort of thing. So the dark energies can intentionally project emotions at you, and not the good kind. So usually fear, terror, maybe loneliness, powerlessness, despair, this sort of thing. They can direct it at you, and at the time it can feel like they're your emotions, but they're not. They're coming from an outside source. Also, they can manipulate the emotions that are already active in your vibration. So say if you're feeling particularly sad or depressed, and that's active in your auric field, let's say, they can manipulate that emotion and amplify it, so it becomes worse almost. So you feel even more sad, you feel even more depressed, and you might spiral down because that's how you're feeling. So yeah, generally with the emotional projection and manipulation, it will be negative emotions and you'll feel even worse. It could also be doubt as well. And this is all to keep you in that negative mindset, that negative mind frame, for you to spiral down into a bit of despair, because they feed off those emotions and they kind of get off this power and control that they have over you to manipulate you emotionally. Not to mention, because this state is debilitating, you stay in it a long time and it's very difficult to move forward and do the things that you know you need to be doing. And that's exactly where they want you. Confused, not moving forward, not taking action on those things that you know you need to do. And the last one is an interesting one and covers a lot of different things as well. It is deception. So dark energies can pretend to be your spirit guides, an ascended master, dragons, any sort of high energy being that maybe you've had an encounter with before. They can deceive themselves, so they can kind of like deceive themselves. They can cloak themselves and deceive you into thinking, into believing that they are, say, Mother Mary or something like that, and you could be having a conversation with this energy, this being, and it's not actually who you think it is. They're doing it to deliberately deceive you and give you wrong information to put you on the wrong path. So I had a couple of instances of this recently, telepathic interference, where this dark energy was trying to pretend that it was my spirit guides. So for me, a lot of my messages come through telepathically, so I'll hear my messages. And in this instance, I was actually looking for a battery pack and I was wondering, where was the best place to go to get it? And I heard Argus. So I'm in Ireland, and those people who are from Ireland will know that Argus has pulled out of Ireland for a good while now. So I looked it up just to be sure, and I was like, that's really weird. That's not right. That's not my spirit guides. It must be energy interference. And it happened again as well, where I was wondering, what's the next step I need to take? And I heard something about, finding a book or whatever. And coincidentally, a book happened to pop up on my Instagram. And I was like, is this the book? But I was feeling weird, and I had to tune in and really see energetically, was this right? Because it didn't feel right. It wasn't a true message from my spirit guides. This can happen whatever way you receive your guidance and your messages. They can pretend to be your spirit guides or ascended masters or any of those sorts of energies that you usually interact with. And also whatever way you get your guidance, whatever your psychic abilities are, your strongest points, they can kind of interfere with that. As with me, it was telepathic. But if you're particularly, as well as I am, like emotions, they'll manipulate your emotions. If you have visions, they might put in horrible visions in your mind or intrusive thoughts, these sorts of things. It all just depends on your psychic gifts and your abilities and what your strongest ones are. So to just be aware of that these are sort of the tactics that they sometimes employ in order to throw you off your path and prevent you from moving forward. So, as with all of this information that I do share, it is to empower you. It is to make you aware of these energies and what they do. Because, as the saying goes, knowledge is power. And when you arm yourself with this sorts of knowledge, then you can take action to protect yourself from this sorts of things. Or it might enter your mind, oh my goodness, I think this is a dark energy tactic that's happening to me. So you know what to do if that happens. And also to say that discernment is your greatest ally as you're going through life, really, on your spiritual journey, to really hone in on discernment and hone your skills of discernment, which means tuning into your physical body, your internal guidance system, your heart, and just getting really, really good at that. So you know how to discern truth from a lie from truth, because your physical body will tell you if someone is trying to deceive you, if something's not right. You'll have a gut feeling, your intuition will come online, whatever it is. Your discernment is probably the best tool that you have against these sorts of dark energy tactics. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you found it informative. Please do let me know in the comments below. And other than that, thank you so much for being here, for tuning in. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.